Welcome to week 4 of our Real Relationships series. Our theme for this week is Real Relationships Face Frustrations and Finances. We will be hearing from different couples as they share about the frustrations in their relationships, how they cope with them, but then also how they handle finances. Finances is usually a big, hot topic and causes a lot of frustrations within relationships and marriages, so that's why we're addressing it this week. Let's get it kicked off with Travis and Esther Martin.
Week 4, real relationships face frustrations and finances. What is an area of your relationship that causes the most frustration, and what do you do to cope?
So an area for me is cleanliness. And it's always been a tension point between us where I am someone who, this is the only way I can describe it, outside order to me brings inner peace. And Esther is someone that we've joked before about, that you can always tell where Esther is in the house because there's this little trail that follows her everywhere she goes. She's getting better at this. But that has been an area that has caused quite a bit of tension and frustration. I just say, how come you can't just clean up while you're cooking dinner? But I'm realizing that not everyone is made like that. I thought they were, but apparently they're not. Everyone out there is like, yeah, you just clean while you cook, right? It's so easy, huh? But I'm realizing, guys, that apparently not everyone has that built into them. So how do I cope with those? Really, this one is easier than other ones. We hired house cleaners. It's been years and years and years we've been thinking about doing this, but that has helped. Would you say it's helped?
I mean, we hired house cleaners because we're having a baby.
Yeah, we're having a baby. So it's a lot.
We'll see if we keep these house cleaners.
So that has been helpful. But then also I've just had to realize that we had a time where the house
They don't clean our kitchen dishes.
No, they don't clean our dishes. That's true. But I've learned that it's okay for a house to look messy. And when it does look messy, it almost feels like it's lived in, and it almost feels like a family more. And so that's what I've learned out of that, is that it's okay for a house not to be completely organized. It means it's lived in, and it's I don't know, somehow more enjoyable, and it feels like there's actually life going on in that house than a perfectly clean house. So how about you? What's an area of frustration?
When we first talked about this question, it actually brought up some frustration and conflict because my answer was Travis's work. And he was like, why would that be an area of frustration? That's what I do for our family and do for you and whatever. Yeah, I would like some more boundaries around work because he works from home and he has his own business. So sometimes it feels like this office can be his home and his world. And so realizing that I cope with not saying things and then in the worst times explaining that I do have a problem with something and it usually doesn't come out the best. So yeah, coping with that, it usually would be better if I asked for or communicated more clearly what I'm actually thinking and hoping for, and we can have a calm conversation about it instead of a frustrated conversation about it. So, yeah. But then I think we both would feel that the kids, sorry, our dog is wanting to be a part of this video, that our kids cause a lot of frustration between us.
If we're being honest, it's like number one probably.
Yeah, how we're going to deal with a situation and agree on how we're going to deal with the situation, or that they're just driving us crazy. So
yeah,
how do we cope with that? Learning to be calmer, more patient parents.
Yeah.
And getting on the same page in how we're going to parent, which is something that we're still sometimes working on.
Yeah. And we've said this in past weeks, but date nights. We seem to always come back to date nights. When we have a date night and we are able to be refreshed ourselves, we have more patience in the tank for the kids that next week, it seems, because we've been able to kind of recalibrate a little bit together and and kind of find some normalcy again. We find that when we go too long without moments together, it just builds up, and we aren't the parents that we want to be when we don't have that time just away with us. So that's something we're trying to prioritize more in life right now, I would say. How do you handle finances? How do we handle finances in our relationship? Sorry, our dog is huffing and puffing back here, so that's what you're hearing.
We handle finances by using a lot of Dave Ramsey's methods. And we had a really hard time in our marriage, and some friends paid for us to do a Dave Ramsey course, and it totally changed our relationship and our marriage in the best way possible. So now we have a budget on our phone that we log things on, and it just has brought a lot of peace and a lot of non-stress over where money is and what we can spend and what we need to maybe think about for next month. And it's been really good for us and really healthy for our marriage to have those conversations. Sometimes they're not fun.
Yeah.
I'm still asking for different budgets to be altered sometimes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we incorporated this thing. We used to call it blow money, and we call it fun money now, where there's a portion of our finances every month that it's money that she has, money that I have. There are no questions about what you do with this money. You can go blow it on Starbucks 100% if you wanted to, get your nails done or whatever, buy something else. And that's given us a lot of freedom to be able to not have to ask and check in that area. And that is something we've seen success in our lives and many other couples' lives. I don't know if this microphone is suppressing our dog, but he is huffing and puffing to the moon right now. And it's like he's going to die back here. But that's been huge for us. And then also having buckets of different expenses. When we taught Dave Ramsey, something he teaches is that if you don't tell your money where to go, it somehow just vanishes from the bank account. And you're like, well, where did that extra $200 go? So having that and really having buckets set up of like a plan of where your money is going to go versus just spending it has been a big game changer for us. But most of all, definitely having that bucket where Esther can just spend money, I can spend money, and you feel it's not even a lot of money every month, but there's like this like freedom and richness almost, I feel like we both said.
Yeah. I definitely have been around other moms who would talk about how they're stressed that they would go buy a coffee and that they would buy too much coffee or something throughout the month. And I was like, well, if you just have this little, section of what you've decided is appropriate for you guys to spend every month, then you don't have to worry about it. It's just money that is already allotted to be gone to something that you enjoy, and you guys don't have to stress about it, and you can just enjoy. So it's definitely something that we've seen be positive and freeing and rewarding in our life. And it makes you feel like you still get to have fun while you're accomplishing your goals. So, yeah.
And it may be like $20 a month. But having something there,
we've done that.
Yeah, we've literally done that. To have something there for freedom is, there's many things that we do for finances, but like that is like huge, and we both love it so much. So yeah, that's week 4. Yep. Yeah, that's week 4.